Hi everyone, it's Lisa, and today I am here with the craft that you'll probably need a kit for, which we are providing at the Paris Bourbon County Library curbside. So just let them know that you're interested in one of the candy pot crafts. So this is what it's going to look like. And this is a terracotta pot. This is a clear bowl, Dollar Tree. This is the bottom of the terracotta pot. This would be the little tray, the little water tray. And then at the very top, all I have is a wooden ball that's been painted. So before we get to the directions for this and the supplies that you're going to need, let me show you another craft that I have made for the holidays. And maybe it'll give you a little bit of inspiration as well to think outside the box and see what you can create yourself with items that you purchase or with items that you find. I found this heart frame at the Dollar Tree. It was heavily tinseled with red tinsel, and it had the word love in an iridescent cardboard across the front. And I had seen online where you could actually upgrade those a little bit, and that's simply what I've done here. I took the tinsel off. As you can see on the back, it's a little messy on the back here. But I took the tinsel off and I was left with this wonderful heart frame. And so using twine, I was able to just fill in those areas. It was not an easy task trying to get that to line up. As a matter of fact, I probably should have just a few more strips back and forth here. But overall, I'm very pleased with it. I was able to put a rope around it and have a hanger as a rope as well. And then just a bright festive gingham bow there. So I'm really pleased how this turned out, and this might be a craft that I do next year just to show you all how to make them. But just think outside the box when you see things at the Dollar Tree or at Goodwill and so forth, what you could do to upgrade those and make them seasonal. And I turned a tinsel heart into one that is made of twine and rope. So I hope you'll think about making something like this for the holidays as well. Now, let's get to the materials that you're going to need today. You're going to need a terracotta pot. You're going to need the tray, the water tray that goes with it. You're also going to need one of the clear bowls. You can buy these at the Dollar Tree, although one will be in your kit. You're going to need paint. I chose red. I've been using a lot of pink lately, so I thought red might be a great contributor to Valentine's Day. You're going to need Mod Podge or a glue mixture to cover that. You're also going to need a brush for your Mod Podge. You'll need a brush for your paint. And then in a moment I'm going to show you how I got those hearts on there as well using this little round brush and your standard paint brush here. And then I'm using E6000, which is an adhesive that's very strong, and that's going to be used on this surface as well as to adhere the wooden ball that's painted to the very top of this. In cooperation with the E6000, I'm also going to be using a hot glue gun. Hot glue gun is a temporary hold. E6000 is a permanent hold. Okay, so let's see what we need to do in order to finish this one so that we kind of get this look. The first thing I did was I painted 2 coats of the red on my surface. You do not have to paint them. You could simply decorate them. So it's up to you how you get the look that you're looking for here. The paint color, hearts, you could put embellishments on this instead of the painted hearts like I've done. So after I have painted it, I want to show you first how to make an easy heart. And I'm going to do it on this red paper. I was going to leave a space for one, but I don't really see an appropriate space for one on our pot here. So I'm going to go ahead and just make one on our surface here. I'm going to use a little bit of the white paint. I'm going to use very little. And all I simply did to get the heart shape was I made sure I didn't have a lot of paint on there. So I'm actually dipping this down in to my container here and just kind of getting the excess off of it a little bit. And then all I did was put a heart one side of it and the other side of it. And then taking my other paintbrush, I dipped that in there a little bit. And then I just made the tip of it. And the good thing is, be as creative as you want. These do not have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, you can add your own little flair to it, some little curly cues around it, whatever you choose to do. But if you're afraid that you can't make a heart, then think about buying some of the felt or foam stickers and putting those on there. The only reason I did the painted one is because I knew I wanted to Mod Podge it and give it a shiny appearance, and I can't do that over felt or the foam stickers as well. So think about buying, when you buy your foam brushes, you can actually buy foam brushes that contain little round ones as well. So think about buying one of those packages. That way you've got this little round paintbrush, the little foam paintbrush. So there's how you paint a heart using this round brush and just a regular paintbrush. So once we have decorated it the way that we want, and I've already put a heart on the top of this one, although I'm not sure I really want a heart there, but I'm going to keep it on there. I am not going to paint over this with red. I feel like I'll have a difficult time covering that white surface up. So I'm going to leave it as is. Now I'm going to be using my Mod Podge and this Gen Foam brush. And I'm going to paint over my surface. And it will be cloudy. It's intended to be cloudy. I like a smaller brush. I just didn't bring one down with me. So we're going to make do with this larger one. We want every surface, or every part of the surface covered. Mod Podge is a protectant. I like the fact that this is a gloss because it did give a shine to the terracotta pot. You do not have to apply this. I think it adds as a protectant against the paint. So if I were to get chocolate hands on my white hearts, that chocolate will wipe right off. The kids would enjoy helping with this. So include them. Let them decorate their own pots. In your kit, you will get a terracotta pot. You will get the water liner or the tray that goes below it. You will get one of the clear glass containers to go on top. I'm just trying to smooth this out. You'll also find a few embellishments in there. Your pot can be spray painted. I didn't have red spray paint, so I just used an acrylic. And there you go. Now you'll notice that that looks like it's foggy and that I've ruined it, but once it dries, it will dry clear, just like the other pot. I'm going to go ahead and do the surface of this one as well. On this one, I definitely needed a smaller brush. But that's okay. We'll make do with it. Wipe some of my excess off. I hope you're preparing for the holiday season. You know, we still have to be inside some, and we still have to watch what we do and where we go, and those are all very important things, but there's no reason that you cannot celebrate all of the holidays. We'll have some fun St. Patrick Day crafts coming up, and I still have a couple more Valentine Day crafts coming up as well. I just realized I have my TV on in the background. I hope you can't hear that, or that it's not disrupted our video. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to use my hair dryer. You can already see that this one's drying, but I'm going to take my hair dryer and speed this process up so you can see how we mounted the bead on the top of it. We'll be right back. Okay, everyone, we're back, and it took me literally a couple of minutes to actually make this dry. It does dry very quickly, and that was including the top as well. Now, I did not put on this top a heart. I did on this one. I'm not sure, again, that's a good decision. I'm not going to change it at this point, but you can put your hearts wherever you'd like. The next step is using our E6000 in cooperation with our glue gun. You can use Gorilla Glue. You can use a lot of adhesives for this, but we don't want to just rely on the glue, the hot glue itself. So I'm going to put that all around the edge here. And then we're going to put a generous amount of hot glue. And remember, the hot glue is our temporary hold, and our our E6000 is our permanent. And I should have taken this off here before I put my hot glue on, but that's okay, because it's coming right off. I'm going to have to move this towards me just a little bit. I want to make sure that's centered, and that is on there. I'm going to put this to the side. The next thing we're going to do is put the wooden ball on there. Keep in mind, if you have a doorknob, a little kitchen doorknob for cabinets that you're not using, feel free to paint it and glue it on the top. If you have any buttons or anything that stand up and they have dimension on them, you could use those as well. I did not have those things, but I did have the wooden balls. They were quite difficult to paint because these do not have holes on them like a bead would. So I may actually touch this paint up once these are both dry, because I noticed there's a few blemishes on the top of the knob on the one that I presented, the very first one. So I'm going to put my E6000 in the middle. I don't know why I put my lid on. And I'm going to put some of the hot glue. I'm looking, I know there's a flaw on this one, so I'm trying to put the flaw down. Hot glue, very messy. But what would we do without it? And then this is simple. You put your candy, your goodies inside, and you've got your little lid to go right on the top there. I think these turned out really cute. My granddaughter is going to have a heyday with these. The good thing is you can wrap these up after the season is over with. You can put them away. You could redecorate them so that they're actually a different color and could be used year-round as well. So think about picking up one of the kits from the library, or I have noticed that terracotta pods are actually out in the stores right now getting prepared for the summer. So you could pick those up as well. I hope you've enjoyed this craft. If you make one of them, if you pick up one of the kids or just decide to make one on your own, please post it to our Facebook. We would love to see it. And keep crafting, friends.